The sun, a gentle hand, warmed the stone path winding through the garden. Laughter, light as dandelion fluff, danced on the breeze. Jesus, his face etched with a quiet joy, knelt amidst a cluster of children. Their ages varied, from toddlers barely able to walk to older children nimble as young deer. He held a small wooden bird, intricately carved, its wings outstretched, as if ready for flight. A little girl, her eyes wide with wonder, reached out a tiny hand, her fingers brushing against the smooth wood. He smiled, a warmth radiating from him that chased away any shadow in the garden. One boy, a scrawny lad with dirt smudged on his cheek, chased a bright yellow butterfly, his shrieks of delight echoing through the fragrant air. Jesus watched him, a hint of amusement in his eyes, before turning his attention to a group of girls who were carefully arranging wildflowers in a woven basket. Their small hands moved with a delicate grace, their faces serene as they worked. He gently picked up a fallen bloom, its petals bruised, but still retaining a touch of its former glory. He pointed out the delicate veins in the petals and how they mirrored the patterns on a butterfly's wing. The children listened, their eyes reflecting the sunlight. He spoke to them in simple words, tales of birds and flowers and stars, weaving stories that sparkled with magic and wonder. He showed them the way a tiny ant carried a crumb many times its size, a lesson in perseverance. He pointed to the clouds drifting lazily across the azure sky and spoke of God's boundless love, explaining how it enveloped them all. There was no preaching, no grand pronouncements, only gentle guidance and shared moments of simple pleasure. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows across the garden, the children started to tire. One by one, they snuggled against Jesus, their small bodies finding comfort in his presence. He stroked their hair, his touch soft as a summer breeze. A sense of peace settled over them, a quiet contentment that filled the air. The laughter had subsided, replaced by a gentle murmur, like the rustling of leaves in the twilight. The garden, bathed in the golden hues of sunset, seemed to hold its breath, savoring the quiet beauty of the moment. As the last rays of sun faded, the children, sleepy and content, drifted off to sleep in his arms, their dreams filled with the stories he'd shared, their hearts warmed by his love.